All right, this is to encourage you to think about your style of management and considering what's your go-to style, and then situating that in relation to what your team members actually need from you at any given time. So you will probably find if you just took an empty graph plot, motivation on the side, capability across the bottom, and then plotted your team members across that graph and decided how capable are they at any given time and how motivated are they at any given time, you will probably have quite an array of team members across different places. And I just want to say capability isn't necessarily problematic, because if you have somebody with low capability, it might be because they're brand new in the job and so they just don't know what to do. So just be careful about assuming that that's because somebody's established in the role and underperforming. So just do that quickly. Do a quick sketch out and then plot on there where your team members are at in terms of capability and motivation. And then come back to this graph and have a look at where your natural style lies. So my natural style obviously sits in the centre at coach, and coaching can be really helpful in relation to all of the different quadrants of this matrix. However, when you get more to the extremes on any corner, you will need to move out of coach and into something else. Or if you have if you typically have a kind of supporter style that's about just encouraging people and letting them get on with their thing, be wary about getting stuck up there and doing that as your preferred go-to style when that's not really appropriate for the thing that your team members are experiencing. So if you have a team member who is, let's say, more across towards low capability, but high on motivation, so maybe they're a new team member, they're really here for it, but they just don't know what they're doing yet, you're going to need to move out of sponsor and across into teacher mode. So this is about onboarding or upskilling, getting that person up to speed on what are the tasks that they need to do and how do they go about them. Very tactical, tangible kind of stuff. Then let's flip across to the bottom corner. So let's imagine that they have high capability, they're really able to do the job, but their motivation is low. So this might be somebody who has been sitting in the role for years and is kind of stagnated. It might be somebody who has had something going on in their personal life, maybe sickness or a bereavement or mental health challenges, something like that, that means that their motivation is come down. There, what you want to do is switch into challenger mode. So this is about either helping them to regulate themselves and access that more steady and stable kind of nervous system, regulation, so that they can then feel more grounded and more able to approach the tasks that they already know how to do, but they're just not doing them so well because of motivation issues. That might show up as procrastination, reporting overwhelm and stress, those kinds of things. It's really about helping them to get back to their healthy, grounded adult self who knows that they're really capable and actually just getting on and doing the work. Or it might be somebody who is pissed off. This can happen when, for example, there's an impending restructure or where there's a lot of uncertainty around fixed term contracts and short roles, things like that. So this person might be really capable, but again, the motivation might be low because they're just like, what's the point? What is the point? Because I'm only going to be here for another 2 months and I don't know if my contract will be extended, or who knows what my job will be in 6 months, that kind of stuff. So here it's really about kind of lighting a fire under that person, challenging them to stretch and to kind of get their house in order, which can be really helpful for people when they're feeling that kind of uncertainty. And then lastly is down to low motivation and low capability. So there are shades of this depending on how far right into that corner they get. And it's on a spectrum from coach to manager, where it's about really mixing, engaging and educating your people to make sure that they know what to do, and importantly, why. So sometimes motivation can be low if people are not sure on the why of what they're doing. All the way right down to where this person is not motivated, they don't know what they're doing, or they're not capable of doing the thing. And actually this is a performance management situation that might need it to move into a formal performance management process. So all of that is to say, at any given time, on any given day or week, you might find that you need to be switching up your style depending on where a particular member of staff is at, or, you know, one member of your team needs this from you and a different member of the team needs something else from you. So it takes quite a lot of agility and flexibility in your management style in order to meet your team where they are and support them in the way that they need, as well as being respectful of your own natural tendencies and preferences. So that's a quick overview. I'm going to leave it here. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.